City volunteers distribute aid supplies to sanitation workers in Changsha. We meet the youngest member of a Tzu Chi team carrying out home visitations in Taiwan. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Siri Su. Thank you for joining us. In China, Tzu Chi volunteers are carrying out winter aid distributions in various regions before Lunar New Year. In Xiamen, Fujian province, a local resident overcomes her shyness to join the volunteers despite the fact that she's wheelchair-bound. Meanwhile, in Changsha, Hunan province, volunteers have given out supply carts to the families in need so they can get heavy daily supplies from nearby supermarkets.
These people wearing orange are the sanitary cleaners in China. They're crucial to the city, but they only receive about 1,000 RMB a month. That is only half of the basic salary of China's top cities. Changsha Tzu Chi volunteers host winter aid distributions for the financially minority sanitary cleaners. Considering the rice and cooking oil are heavy to carry, they made a change this year. Changing the supply distribution to gift cards so that the sanitary cleaners can go to the chain supermarkets that's closest to their house to pick them up.
It's much easier and not as troublesome. They're very thoughtful.
Last year when I came, all of us couldn't carry the items home. This year is much better because they are so considerate.
Every word and act of yours are always making impacts on us. In fact, every time we attend an activity, I feel educated.
There's a especially touching story in Xiamen's winter aid distribution. Local resident Wang Yanping used to be ashamed of herself for sitting on a wheelchair and refused to go out. This year, she comes to distribution for the first time and wants to achieve her goal.
I don't want others to help me. I want to help others.
She's shy, but she still takes her first step to achieve her dream, wearing the volunteer vest and interacting with other local residents. With the warm hug, Wang Yanping has overcome her shyness to express her love for others. Every aid distribution is a testimony of love that continues to spread in the world.
Also in China, Kunsan's Zhouzhan town in Jiangsu province was named the most beautiful water village in China. However, in recent years, due to tourism industry boom, the environment has been affected. The city government has planned 20 recycling promotion events. Local volunteers invited Tzu Chi volunteers to host the events.
This is the 10th recycling promotion event Tzu Chi hosts in Zhouzhan. The elders are all about 70 or 80s, and they've come to learn how they can do something to protect the environment of their hometown.
The government asked us to host a project promoting garbage sorting. I feel that Tzu Chi promotes recycling. They really are putting efforts to do recycling with their hands.
This is a long road, but we will follow it step by step.
Zhouzhan is a small town in Jiangnan and was named the most beautiful water village in China. In recent years, due to the rapid growth of economic and tourism, the environment became polluted. Local volunteers teach the elders about knowledge of recycling in Kunshan's native language.
To teach them the knowledge of recycling, you must use the native language. I need to learn first and then translate into the local language so that they can understand, and I try my best to teach what they can understand the most.
I have learned how to do recycling, like some items must be recycled and some cannot. So we should put them together. The kitchen leftovers should be gathered together itself.
To do recycling is actually not hard. The most important thing is to do it with your hands and your heart.
TV star Jo Lu announced that she'll start an all-vegetarian diet last July, which surprised her family and friends. Jo said that she has emphasized nutrition balance more after she became a vegetarian. In addition, she has lost 5 kilograms and has better skin and more energy.
The website of American Diabetes Association is still promoting recipe of red meat and processed meat. There's even a bacon shrimp roll in the healthy daily recipe.
Why is that you're a health association, but you include all these processed food that can cause cancer in your recipe? It's like a pharmacist tells you that you can eat saturated fats, and then when you get sick, then you need to buy medication from them. Isn't this a vicious cycle? I'm very angry about this, and I refuse to be an irrational consumer anymore.
A documentary is the key that awakened Jo Lu. And she announces her big decision on Facebook. Nonetheless, there are challenges to get over in the beginning.
I've quit egg and milk already, even if I'm very fond of egg dishes. In the beginning, I found that vegetarian diet makes me hungry easily, and I want to eat every 2 to 3 hours.
什么银行啊？
汇丰银行。
汇丰银行什么问题？
汇丰。
Busy in practicing and rehearsing the drama, Jo Lu is crossing over to theater performances from TV show. In order to fight hunger, she adds red and black beans and all kinds of grains into her meal. It helps her to stay full and nutritious, and she even lost weight.
My skin problems got better and I feel much more comfortable. One of the biggest challenges is that if I sleep well and eat the right food, my energy recovers faster even if I was exhausted. When I recommend some vegetarian restaurants to my friends, they all feel surprised by how delicious it is and how good it makes them feel.
Choosing an all-vegetarian diet is a road that has no return. Jo says that she is experimenting with her own body, and she will stay healthy to prove that meat is not the only source for nutrition.
我会希望我赚的钱不是一直拿来看。
I hope I don't need to keep spending the money I make to go to the doctor. When you learn to care for animals, care for the world, or your own health conditions, you'll naturally wonder if you have eaten too much unnecessary food for your body.
Some people who eat water spinach believe it is quite rough, therefore they only eat the leaves, but in fact the stem is quite high in fiber and can promote good digestion. Also, it's a high potassium vegetable and can help people control their blood pressure.
Water spinach, which has white roots, means that the root has not fully absorbed nutrients from the soil. If the water spinach stalk is darker green, it means there wasn't enough water, and if you want it to be delicious, it should be emerald green, indicating it has enough water. If the roots and leaves are longer when harvesting the whole plant, then the water spinach will taste better.
Spinach, in fact, contains lots of fiber and is high in potassium. For example, for elders, it is actually good for patients whose blood pressure is not easy to control.
First, cut the water spinach and put the stems in the wok to fry quickly, as the color of the leaves should turn a deeper shade of green. Then put in the leaves with the younger ones in first and fry it quickly, and then add the fermented bean curd and continue frying.
Fermented bean curds contain B12, but is high in sodium seasoning, so if you eat it, we don't recommend more than twice a month. We also recommend diluting with water.
First cut the ginger and add enough to taste in this part of water, and keep it boiling to let the flavor out. And then add the water spinach stalks and stir it a bit. And then add a few drops of sesame oil, so we don't need to add salt, as this will be healthier.
Water spinach is high in potassium, which can dissolve into the soup, so those with kidney problems should avoid drinking the soup, but they can still consume the delicious vegetable.
高钾易血压，细色病患不可多。
In the aftermath of the earthquake in Mexico last year, Tzu Chi volunteers conducted 10 distributions as well as 10 free clinics. Many local people were impressed that a foreign organization will be so selfless in offering aid. Here's our report.
It's been more than 3 months since the earthquake hit Mexico. We're making another visit, and it's hard to imagine. A lot of houses here are still waiting to be demolished. This work is going quite slowly, as locals have no machines to do this and are still going slowly step by step with the demolition work, which is leading many homeowners to feel frustrated.
Sabemos. ¿Extrañan su casa? Sí. Yo lloré porque yo sentí que se había muerto mi casita.
Tzu Chi volunteers feel compassionate to this elderly woman, and they assist the people all that they can, taking an audit of their needs before distributing cash cards.
Muchas gracias.
The tears of these earthquake survivors are touching these hearts and inspiring these local volunteers.
This time, your religious group is working with us to help the earthquake survivors who are quite poor. I even want to use the money that I make to help them. This teaches me that religion has no boundaries, and for us, a little compassion is the same principle within every different religions.
Over 80% of Mexicans are Catholics, while Christianity accounts for about 10% of the population. Buddhism is quite new to them, but they do not oppose different religions.
Good thoughts should exist in everyone's heart, and everyone should promote charity, and so should every religion. This will allow everyone to share and spread the love.
El sentido trascendente, ¿verdad? La vinculación con el ser superior.
Earthquake survivors frequently say, "God bless you," while volunteers say, "Bodhisattva bless you." Although there's a language barrier, witnessing this fusion of religions helps spread selfless love.
Religions have a common philosophy, as they are concerned about the common good and people's sentiments, which includes the sacrifice of everyone. Volunteers here hosting the free clinic have learned quite a lot, as this religious sentiment can spread to others.
Sharing love and compassion, as well as concepts of environmental protection, have led to an unforgettable experience for everyone here.
In our next report, we meet the youngest Taiwan member of a Tzu Chi volunteer team carrying out home visitations, Ray Ray, who's 2 years old. From the age of 8 months, she accompanies her grandparents on such visits.
That's great, here's some milk. Yes, hurry up. She can already hold it. This child loves to stay with me. My granddaughter Guo Guo and the youngest one is called Ray Ray.
你5岁2岁果果是那个1岁
Guo Guo from the age of 1 year old was a member of the visitation team carrying out home visits.
对对更精进
Ray Ray also did this from a very young age.
他几个月就出来了？大概8个月。
我最喜欢来山西访视。
Traveling from Keelung to make visits in Changsha, this couple bring these 2 children with them. They don't think it's a burden at all. Actually, they feel they are blessed.
Little children are these little bodhisattvas words, together with our Tzu Chi home visit for these care recipients, alongside her grandfather, will influence her and may make her more caring and more mature when compared to other kids. They look after me every month. I'm quite touched by their care. I have no brothers. Tzu Chi is my only family.
Bless you, grandfather. She sees people and smiles when she shares a special affinity. Otherwise, she will not smile. You can see that she's touched.
Guo Guo and Ray Ray seem to have magic powers and are able to help others calm down. Meanwhile, their grandfather is busy repairing a wheelchair.
所以师兄是因为这里特别潮湿，所以轮椅特别容易坏嘛。对对，尤其这个轴承哈，很容易等于说生锈哈，没有很彻底的保养的话哈，它的故障率就很高。哦 ，OK， 我要拿助攻。
来人义，你怎么养一只那么肥的猪？
每天都监管了，要帮助更多需要帮助的人，做个手心向下的人。我这养了1年半了，哎，管好咱慈济，哎，把那边需要帮助的人，我给你管好哈。
Caring for others as well as their grandchildren, this team of Tzu Chi volunteers carry out very special home visitations.
In China, Beijing Tzu Chi volunteers conduct monthly home visits in Mentougo. Among the care recipients is a mother-son pair who lead an extremely frugal life. Their house can be very cold sometimes. To help them get through the harsh winter, the volunteers have delivered winter supplies and enjoy hot pot with the family. Everyone is busy preparing the food ingredients. As the water boils, hot steam also rises.
Last night, I could not fall asleep till 1 a.m. I was especially happy thinking that you were coming to our house to enjoy hot pot.
The volunteers have prepared fresh vegetables, induction stove, and pot. Despite the freezing weather, people are having joy inside the house. Tzu Chi's care recipients Wei Qizhe and his mother lead a very frugal life, trying to pay off his deceased father's debt. Sometimes the temperature inside the house is 0 degrees Celsius. They only use the heater when the child is doing his homework. Therefore, the volunteers have come to deliver winter supplies and warmth.
够惊人的，够帅的。挺合适的。
To fight the cold wind, the volunteers also ordered to thicken curtains.
It is very suitable and it is especially thick. He ordered the thickest kind.
Two days later, the volunteers also deliver a spring bed, large closet, and other supplies to them, in hopes of providing a comfortable living environment to this family. In Singapore, the year-end blessing ceremonies have attracted a total of 7,000 attendees. At the events, there was a sign language song and bell and drum performances. The volunteers also seized the occasion to invite the attendees to sign up to become what is known as Tzu Chi buddies. In the ring, Tzu Chi volunteers welcome guests to the year-end blessing ceremony. A total of more than 7,000 people are attending the event at the world-class Performing Arts Center. In addition to the bell and drum performance, 88 on-stage volunteers perform sign language songs, inviting the audience to join the volunteers' ranks.
Everyone has seeds of kindness. When the conditions are right, they will naturally come forward.
Looking at all these videos, it's quite inspiring, and I think, hopefully more people can volunteer. And actually, just not just the time, you need to have the compassion to reach out to people. A lot of effort.
Turning their love into concrete actions, the volunteers invite everyone to sign up for the program known as Tzu Chi Buddies.
其实做善事可以是一件很快乐的事情了，因为
In fact, doing good deeds can make people very happy. It's hard to describe how satisfied the volunteers are after serving others. I think kindness transcends ethnicities, religious divides, and regions. It's a big realization.
At the event venue, one can hear the sound of the coins as people donate their filled coin banks.
I think this means more than raising funds. The donors are cultivating their kind thoughts. I think it is very good, as this can be a way to bless their families and themselves.
The volunteers also walk around in vegetable costumes, raising people's awareness that adopting a vegetarian diet can lessen carbon emissions and protect the environment. In Hualien of Taiwan, the Tzu Chi Foundation has helped Mingyi Elementary School rebuild the dilapidated school buildings, which were not earthquake resistant. After tearing down the buildings in 2015, Tzu Chi Foundation finished building the new school buildings in 2017. Then on January 18th, the school held a music concert to show their appreciation for the new classrooms.
A song titled Happy Chinese Festival starts the concert of gratitude. The students of Mingyi Elementary School in Hualien use music and dance to show their happiness of having new school buildings.
We used to learn in the basement, but whenever it rained, the basement would leak. And once the basement was flooded, many musical instruments were damaged. In the new building, we'll practice on the 3rd floor, so it won't be flooded, so I think it's quite good.
The students took part in the construction from the beginning to its completion. Although it is over, we still hope they can remember it and feel grateful about it and also cherish it.
The Creative Art building was completed, but it still lacked much equipment. Tzu Chi's 5 construction committee members decided to donate a screen, chairs, and also the sound system, so the children can use the new building early.
整个花莲啊，它的那个整个预算啊比较拮据。
In the whole county of Hualien, there isn't enough budget, so the government needs to plan its budget across many years. Therefore, these committee members decided to complete it.
The students are now able to learn in a safe and well-equipped environment. The school and Tzu Chi hope the students will learn to cherish it.
In Malaysia, Tzu Chi Retreat in Peru Jawa of Moor has officially opened. Now the volunteers finally have their own venue for Tzu Chi activities. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for joining us. Goodbye.